Okay, so I can see us live on Facebook now. So, because I know who I am as a person, y'all, I made me some notes to make sure I stay on track because I will be running all over the place. But good afternoon, Solopreneurs. My name is Stephanie H, aka The Queen Coin, and I'm here today with my Mogul mentors. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna give them a little hand clap right now because they didn't have to do it, but they did. Okay, these phenomenal women will be a part of my group coaching program, Struggle to Streamline. Struggle to Streamline is a 12-week program designed to help solopreneurs, yes, hers, the ladies, run profitable businesses through system-dependent operations, automation, and profit strategy, okay? Because we got to get the coin. Now, before these wonderful speakers introduce themselves, I would like to ask everybody that's watching, if you are a solopreneur, like a woman who is running her business and you are the team, honey, you are the admin, you are the content creator, you are the lady that's taking the calls, you are the person that's handling returns and refunds, you are the person that's fixing all the problems, putting out all the fires. I would like for you to put a 1 in the chat. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, because we are here on Facebook Live, put it in the comment section. Let me know if you are a solopreneur. We want to see how many of our ideal women are in the room today. We want to know how many of you will, get this message live, local, and late breaking. Let's see what we got. Okay. 1, 2. Okay, so we got a few ones in the chat. I don't see any comments on Facebook, and that's okay because it may be delayed. But I want to ask now, how many of the ladies who put the 1 in the chat, how many of you are actually profitable? You know that beyond a shadow of a doubt. You know that you're profitable. How many of the solopreneurs here can say that they are profitable? Put a 1 in the comments or in the chat. Now, it's okay if you're uncomfortable answering that question because the entire point of you being here with us today is so that we can help make a change in your business profits, right? We want to help you gain some insight on what it takes to be a profitable solopreneur, right? So that's why we have this wonderful panel of phenomenal women that are going to let you know what's helped them get to this point of being a profitable solopreneur. And in my preacher voice, I'm gonna say this: we won't be before you long, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Okay, I have some questions that were pre-selected for the panelists to answer, and I will answer them as well. And then we'll do a Q&A at the end of the discussion. And again, thank you so much, ladies, who did take time to register. And thank you so much for the people who are watching us on Facebook. Now, this event was designed to share the most value in a time, in the most time efficient way. Tongue tied here today, y'all. We want to hear from you guys. We want you guys to share your experience in the comments and in the chat and meet like-minded solopreneurs who are interested in helping you turn your passion into profit. Now, if that sounds good, I want to see some 1s in the comments. I want to see some 1s in the chat. Let me see. Let me see what we got going on. All right. Okay. The people are with us in the room. Facebook is giving me the blues, but we're not going to worry about it. Okay. So that sounds good to me. So let's go. Let's see who in the room wants to introduce themselves first. Somebody, raise your hand. Somebody say me. Somebody turn their camera on. Okay, Shannon. Go ahead, Shannon.
Hi. Sorry, I was over here shushing everybody. Like, shh. One moment, y'all. Just one moment. So, hello, everybody. I'm Shannon Brown, the CEO of Create Your Own Empire, and I teach new entrepreneurs, new online entrepreneurs, how to manifest and market their own empire of their dreams. And so I'm so excited to be here and be a part of this amazing panel with these amazing women. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for including me in this. And I'm really excited to be a part of this because as a solopreneur, I'm, you know what I mean? Like, it's the topic we always like call it, business owners, but as a solopreneur, you really have to have it somewhat together, right? Because when you're doing everything, it can get overwhelming. So when we start talking about the things that we're working on that we're good at, the things that we're not good at. So I'm just really excited I'm super excited to just, be a part of this, open up the conversation and help everybody win. I want everybody to win next year. Next year, today, tomorrow, you're actually winning right now just by being here. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shannon, for going first, girl. That's always the scariest one, but you came in and you did the thing. Okay, you understood the assignment. And I want to let all the ladies know in this room that you cannot compete with me, boo-boo. If you haven't heard the sound on TikTok or Facebook or anywhere yet, I'm here to tell you right now, you cannot compete with me or anybody in this room. Why? Because we want to see you win too. Shannon just said that. She just reiterated that. Okay, she said it so eloquently. So who wants to go next? Who is ready to introduce themselves here in the room? Which one of our panelists would like to go next?
Hello, hello, hello. Y'all know how I do. I gotta come in being me. Can you see the shirt?
We can see the shirt.
All right, awesome. I am Tyressa. I'm your transformation coach. And I help strong, hyper-independent Black women push past their fear of failure, self-doubt, and judgment. And I hold them accountable to their boundaries and goals. I allow them to know they have the will, the choice, and the power to not only keep going, but be scared and still get shit done. Right? I cuss. I'm not going to cuss today on this day before Sunday, but I did just say that one. So, yeah, I'm excited to be here. Stephanie, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to help all of us solopreneurs get it done however I can. So any questions you got for me, let's get it done. Any way I can help, I'd love to.
Thank you so much, Tyressa. Like she said, she do cuss, but she ain't gonna cuss today. She gonna do good, okay? So we're gonna keep that to the minimum, and that's cool. Thank you so much, darling. And yes, did y'all see the Keep Going shirt? If you didn't see the Keep Going shirt, please know that it's available on keepgoingperiod.com, okay? Because these shirts are not a reminder just for you, but for everybody who is walking past you, sees you in the grocery store at Walmart, that this is their reminder to keep going, because we don't ever know what people are going through. And that's a great way to let them know, like, boo, I got you. And who else we got? We got Sierra. Sierra, are you ready, darling?
Give me one good second and I'll be ready for you.
All right, problem. No problem, darling. Okay, so while we're waiting for Sierra, I want to set another expectation, because I didn't do this when I was doing the introduction. The majority of these women in this room are Melanin Mogul mamas. And if you don't know what that means we got churn, okay? I have the luxury today of not being home. So you won't see my two little people running in and out of here, and you won't hear them. However, some of the women in my group, in my village, who are part of this program, do not have that luxury. So if you don't like to hear children in the background, or if you can't understand why we have our children in the background, then baby, you in the wrong place. And I say that with the utmost respect, but don't come in here with that foolishness, okay? Okay, so Sierra is here. Hey, boo, I'm loving this yellow shirt. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Brittany. So I am Sierra Shanae. I'm a speaker brand strategist, and I teach women speakers how to show up as a specialist of their message so that they can stand out and speak directly to their ideal client so that they can produce more profit within their service-based business. So I'm super excited to be here. Again, like Shannon was speaking of. Hey, Shannon. Super, super excited because we all pretty much, if we're honest, start out as solopreneurs. So if you are in that predicament, please don't be ashamed about it. We all start there trying to be superwoman, trying to be all to everything, to everyone, until we get burned out and we realize that we need to, streamline some things. So thank you so much, Stephanie, for having us. I'm excited for this good dialogue today.
Absolutely. Listen, y'all. Okay, check me out. I'm gonna try to do this without ugly crying, but if it was not for Sierra, y'all, there would be no Stephanie, there would be no Queen Coin showing up in a space like this. Because Sierra was like, Stephanie, don't be showing up dry. Don't be showing up proper and prim. You have to show up and give the people your personality. She used to always ask me, where is Stephanie? She's like, this is not the person that I interact with or engage with or talk to. So you need to figure out the balance between your personality and keeping it professional. And y'all, she pushed and she pulled and she pushed and she pulled. And she was like, Stephanie, come on. I was not going, y'all. I was like, you can have it. I don't want it. But once I embraced it and I've really leaned into it and I've been practicing that skill, it put me in a place to be able to show up like this. Put me in a place that I can show up and confidently speak about being a business finance coach and wealth strategist. Put me in a place where I can invite other specialists into the room and not feel like they're taking my shine. Why? Because I'm in my lane. I'm minding my business. I'm letting Sierra show up as a speaker brand strategist. I'm letting Tyrissa show up as a transformation coach. I'm letting Shannon show up and be our e-com and marketing specialist. I'm fine with them being in the room. Why? Because I know who I am. I know what I'm supposed to be talking about. And that's how I'm going to be able to bring value to other solopreneur women who are looking for a way to shift that mindset, right? So that's my very first question for the panelists. What was the moment when you were like, okay, all right, this job thing's not working. I don't like these people. I'm not making enough money. What was that moment where your mindset totally shifted and propelled you into becoming an entrepreneur?
I came back. I guess I'll go first. The one thing for me, my job, so I was actually a district manager for Waffle House. My job was not the job, like I wasn't making a little bit of money. I was making good money. I had a great position. I was a district manager. My job was just very stressful. And there was a day, every single day of my job, I was doing what I do now, but not in the capacity that I needed to be doing it. Like I was speaking to the wrong people and I couldn't see that. So I would be trying to push people to be better and hold them accountable to things. And it's just like, I'm not supposed to be reaching y'all. And the day that I quit my job, my mother actually spoke to me, but what confirmed it was understanding that if I stayed at this job, I was never gonna like figure anything out on my own. It wasn't gonna happen. So I was like, every day I make an excuse that I need this job for another 2 weeks or until that another check comes, like, I'm still going to be in the same exact position I was a month ago, 6 months ago. So I stopped making that excuse and I was like, I'm going to just jump. And I put in my 2-week notice and then people told me not to come back. And I didn't go back.
Girl, that's not normally a conversation that we hear when people transition from employment to entrepreneur. What we normally hear is, I wasn't making enough. It's hardly ever that it's touched on about the stress of the job because most people stay because they're making a lot of good money. So it's very refreshing to hear a different perspective and have you come on and share your experience. Because I know for me, it was just like, y'all want me to do what for $10? Oh, I can't do this. I cannot. Okay, I can't do this. Anybody else want to share? Thank you so much, Tyrissa.
I know Shannon wanted
could you repeat the question?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I said, what was that time? What was that turning point that pushed you into entrepreneurship? What propelled you to make you say, you know what, I'm not going to do that? It doesn't have to be the exact day.
Oh,
but,
okay,
like, what was
okay.
it?
No, it's a really good question. It's actually the part of my brand story and really what makes me who I am, because my journey started 9 years ago because I could not afford a bottle of lotion. And so my daughter, she had really bad eczema, really bad eczema. And the doctor is like, yeah, just go get a bottle of Eucerin. And I go to the store and the Eucerin is like almost $11. And I was just like, $11 for some lotion? I can't, I can't, I can't afford this. Like, I couldn't afford it. I honestly only had like less than $15 in my bank account. So I asked my neighbor, I went on YouTube and I looked up this recipe for body butter and I asked my neighbor because she was like real holistic. So I asked her for some of the ingredients just to see if she had some, and she did. And I whipped it up and I gave her the rest. And she was like offering me to buy it from me. And I'm like, this is your ingredients. Like, you can just have it. and so she gave me more, asked me if I could make her more, and the rest is kind of history. But just from that person and to now I don't got no problem paying no $11 for a bottle of lotion. You know, thank God the bank account has exceeded $15. But those were the days. And sometimes entrepreneurship, you can be in a place where you're down to your last. And, you know, I was business minded before that, but it was that which would really push me into actually make a product that produced a solution for somebody else. And so, you know, I've been on this entrepreneurship journey for a long time, and it took me a long time. Once I actually began Create Your Own Empire, you know, I didn't actually start off as a coach. I started off as just wanting to provide resources for people who wanted to create their own empire. So even as you're building as you're creating your own empire, building it, going throughout your business, sometimes you'll see that things will shift and change just based off who you are, how you grow as a person, and, you know, your vision for your business. And so it took me a long time to even get comfortable enough to call myself a coach, but that's what everybody kept calling me, because I was continuously giving out business tips and information and things like that. And my friend was just like, girl, look, that's just who you are. All right, that's just who you are. Just get over it. So I was like, no, but I'm a strategist. She's like, no, you can still be that, but you are a coach. So that I just accepted it. And then I began to, okay, let me figure out, right? Because coaching, and when you're doing things like this and you're helping other people, you have to begin to learn your processes and your systems. And that's when you really begin to realize you are a real solopreneur. Like, girl, you are the email marketer, the social media. Like, now we got people out here who are tapping into their editing skills and their acting skills. And right, like sometimes I remember 9 years ago when you could just sell the product. You didn't have to be making a video of you making it and packaging it up and, you know, all these other things, shipping it. But now almost everything you do inside your business, you have to be the forefront until you get it running enough where you can afford to, you know, pay for employees and get other people to, you know, do the help. So building up the groundwork and understanding the different aspects, your strengths and weaknesses inside of your business will help you as you are on this journey. That's
Thank you, Boo. Absolutely. So when you touched on a couple of different things as it pertains to how I came into this space. Sierra was calling me a coach and a host, and I was like, ma'am, you're doing the most. I don't want it. Okay, I don't need it. I don't want it. I'm gonna stay back here. I'm gonna do people bookkeeping, and I'm gonna stay out the way. But my business has since then evolved and given me the opportunity to show up in the forefront, teach not only doing people's bookkeeping, but actually showing them how to properly understand their business finances so they can pay themselves and leverage unidentified income. So Sierra, I want to know, are you going to answer our question, darling? Are you going to give yourself a turn?
Sure. The question was, how do we transition into business, right?
Absolutely. What propelled you or pushed you into entrepreneurship?
Okay, well, my story is a little unique too. So honestly, my business was a project. It was a college project. I literally was in my business communication class at Kane University. Never, ever will forget it. I was a transfer student and I was in class and they said, hey, one of your projects is to create a business. And he said that it was a male professor. He said, what you can do is you can either create a business from scratch, something that doesn't exist, or you can improve something that currently exists. And at the time, my business, fun fact, actually started out for college students. And so I remember working in career services, and I literally was like, they're not doing enough for these students to truly find out their purpose and really be able to declare a major. Totally have gone somewhere different now. But I said, I want to improve that. I feel like the career coaches don't have enough time, like the career counselors don't have enough time because they got to do workshops and they got to do job fairs and they got like loads of paperwork on their desk. So I decided that I was going to be like a consultant company and I was going to fill in the gap for what they did not provide. So little did I know, literally, I just threw my business name together for the project. And it started eating me on the inside that I really wanted this to be in real life. Like I couldn't just let it be a PowerPoint. Like it had to literally be real life because it was something I was passionate about. So that's how my business came into fruition. And then after I started operating in it, I felt a fulfillment that I never, ever, ever felt before. So I was working on campus and I wasn't making a lot of money, girl, at all. I was making like $8.50 or something like that. Like it was minimum wage. Okay. And so I was like, you know what? The only dream job that the one that's really my dream job is the job that I create. Like literally I can sit on Indeed and none of them really is exactly what I want. It comes close, it comes near, but I can truly create the dream job that I want. And so my business has evolved, as you see. But again, in that business communications class, I had to do some speaking. So I was dabbling in the speaking, and hence I am where I am now. But that's really how I started in business. And like you, Stephanie, I was like, once you start making money in your business, once you start profiting in your business, you feel like you're wasting your time sitting at jobs for $10, even $20, even $30. Because I can make hundreds, I can make thousands in an hour. Like, so now I'm sitting here for $10. So it's really hard once you have shifted into entrepreneur mindset. But that's truly how I shifted into entrepreneurship. It was the best thing I ever done.
Absolutely, girl. Look, you hit the nail on the head several times when you was like minimum wage. Honey, I was like, y'all got single digits and y'all want me to give y'all how many hours? The math ain't mathing. We can't do this. Like, no. And then you're absolutely right. When you experience the very first time when you make 4 digits in what it used to take you 40, 80 hours, like I'm making $1,000 and realizing you only got to work 10 hours or, give up your time for X amount, you're like, okay, we can't go back. Like, I cannot go back. Like, why would I subject myself to that type of torture? To know that I can earn this money doing this thing, showing up and being myself, and not have to worry about if my hair the wrong color, if I got on the wrong uniform, or if they're gonna like my buttons or not, right? Or if I can't have long nails. All of that stuff used to matter. And that used to be like that was one of the big things that helped me come out of that arena as well. It wasn't just the money situation, and it wasn't just, having to worry about my hair, because I do like change my hair a lot. But as a mama who realized I didn't want to go through the different things that my mom went through when she was trying to raise 4 kids and working 17 jobs, but she somehow still came up lacking. There's my other friend. It used to be so aggravating to me for my mom to know that my mom was working like 3 jobs, right? And all of these jobs were just consuming her time. And she was doing the best that she could with what she had, because 1, she didn't have an education. 2, she wasn't financially literate. And 3, she was doing it mostly by herself. For a majority of our lives, she didn't do it by herself. So it was not until I turned 18, when I didn't know what an NSF was, that I was like, Mama, we got to figure this out. Like, we can't keep going down the road that we're going down. We can't grow into something and be something new and be something different and help elevate the rest of our family. Because see, my mama had kids one day. It took a long time, but I did that. I can't bring nobody into this arena, like into this lifestyle. And at that very moment, I knew I just had to figure it out. I knew I had to be like, I had to be the one. Like, I felt like I was chosen at that moment. I chose accounting because it was like, you can make a lot of money, but they didn't say you had to get a bachelor's degree. That's the problem. Okay. That's the problem. They was like, you got to get a bachelor's degree. That costs a lot of money. I went in college and I played around for a long time. I did get my degree, but it didn't give me what I thought that I needed at the time. And then it didn't serve the people that needed it the most. When I went into these spaces and I asked these questions about financial literacy, there was nobody in the room that looked like me. There was nobody in the room that even was a woman for the most part. There was nobody in the room there was nobody on the forefront that was even talking about how to make money or how to come up from poverty or anything of that nature. So when I kept seeing this gap over and over and over again, I was like, all right, cool. That's where I fit in, right? And that's how I became the Queen Coin. I realized that nobody was teaching my community and my people in a way that they could understand it, because when they're speaking, most of the time it's above our heads. It's not in a way that we can fully grasp the concept and apply it. So what I've done over time is to figure out a way that I can effectively communicate it to people as young as 2, because my daughter is very fluent in saving and spending. And she just talked to us this morning about how she don't want dollars, she needs coins, because then she can put some in her change jar and then she can spend some at the store. Sis got it figured out. Okay. She be cracking me up. So it was super, super important to me that I could not let any more mamas be like my mama. No other women who have children should be working 4 and 5 jobs, still be broke, and leave nothing for her children in the event that she should perish. That's not okay. It's never gonna be okay. I don't know who's gonna come after me and do this, but it's not happening. Not on my watch. Me and Black Jesus already talked about it. We did that. We eradicating it, honey. Okay. And don't even get me talking about the wealth gap. Okay. We're not going to do that. But one of my other speakers is here. Miss Adri, the lazy millennial. Sis got to figure it out. I don't know how you get to be lazy and run a business, but she going to help us. We're going to give her opportunity to introduce herself and tell us a little bit more how she helps solopreneurs. And then we'll move on to the next question, ladies. Go ahead, Adri.
I was like, girl, you just threw me on the spot. But I'm just kidding.
I got to.
Okay, well, excuse me for being late, y'all. But I'm Adriana, the lazy millennial. My voice is like fading, but excuse me, y'all, excuse me. My voice fading. But anyway, I'm Adriana. I'm the lazy millennial. I help business owners pretty much create their generational wealth by making sure they have structure and actual documentation inside their businesses, so that way they can scale with ease and not have to worry about pretty much everything when it comes to business. But that's me very briefly. I will go into a bit more whenever she does the discussions, but I'm excited.
Listen, ma'am, don't think that you're gonna get to show up late and not to get put on the spot. I gotta do that. I gotta keep you on your toes, okay?
I swear it's been a whole mess, but I'll save that for after a bit.
Gotta keep you on your toes. I have been alerted.
Thank you. I was like, this shirt's really baggy. I was like, this was my errands clothes. I was like, I wasn't supposed to be wearing this to this event, but here we are.
It's okay, girl. It's okay. It's all right. We here now. Okay.
Yeah.
We here. And I don't know what's going on with my live. It's not public. And it won't let me fix it. Hold on, let's see. Let's see, y'all. We pushing buttons.
You change your privacy setting?
Yeah, but the sales, if not, you should be able to do it afterwards.
You go to edit and then privacy settings, and then you should be able to make it public.
Oh, girl, it's not giving me any of the answers. So I'll just make it public after, because I don't know how. It's not giving me the option right now.
Okay.
Sorry about that, y'all. We learning, especially with Facebook giving me the blues. Okay, so now we got all of the panelists here, and Stephanie got her questions pulled up. Let's see. What are two common misconceptions people have about solopreneurs?
Ooh. Is this open for everybody?
It's open for everybody, girl.
I'm gonna say simple one. For some reason, people see business owner, they assume solopreneurs are rich. I'm not sure where that came from, but it is what it is. So that's one of mine. I'm gonna throw in there. I'll let someone throw in something else. You're on mute.
Okay, I fixed the Facebook Live. It let me do it. I would say that the other common misconception is that we have it all together, because they say we running the ship. They see us show up put together, right? And then, but they don't know that we grew 8 arms so we can keep all of the kids away from the camera. We then put a bubble around the house so we can't hear none of the disasters that's happening behind us. They don't know that right now I got an open soda, my purse hanging off the chair, everything's in the disarray behind this camera. But they see us show up and they're like, yeah, she got it all together. Sis got it going on. Y'all don't even know that my kids was up till 11 o'clock last night and I couldn't go to bed. It's not that we're not showing up and being our authentic selves. We show up put together because that's who we are as business owners. But that doesn't necessarily mean that if you came to my house, you're not going to see the laundry on the couch. That doesn't mean that if you saw me at Walmart that I would actually be dressed, because I'm sure in South Carolina right now, because it's like 70-something degrees, I would have on some dang on shorts and flip-flops and maybe a sweater, and don't ask me no questions, okay? So miss me, okay? Don't think for 1 second that I was running out the house this morning saying, I just gave you some cereal. Why are you bothering me? Okay. But that's the one thing that people like, girl, I seen you and you was doing that thing. Yeah. Because that camera lens is like this big. You ain't see nothing else that was happening behind me. I can't, and I've not had anybody say it to me recently. I probably, because I've been more transparent, been looking crazy on the internet, but I accept it because that's what we had in real life. So what is one piece of advice, and I want everybody to answer this question. What is one piece of advice that you would give new solopreneurs? You can't be posting stuff like that and have me laughing while I'm trying to read questions. Talk about them. I hope they don't interrupt me today. Look, just hold out one of them 8 arms and hold them back until we get done. So my question is, what is one piece of advice that you would give new solopreneurs who are just starting out, like who woke up yesterday and was like, that job ain't it, that's not fulfilling me, I'm gonna be in business right now? What would you tell them?
I'm gonna go with, my line, and I'm gonna have to use it, and I'm gonna have to cuss, even though I just told y'all I wasn't going to. And that is, you can be scared and still get shit done. Like, every bit of entrepreneurship is gonna be scary at some point. And it's not the scary that's not gonna allow you to do it. It's the scary that's like, if I do this, I could be amazing. Or if I do this, what then people gonna say? Like, all those things, them little things come to your mind, right? You gotta say all of them to the side. You still gotta go do it. Because on the other side of that fear is everything you want to do in your life. So you can be scared and still get shit done. I ain't gonna cuss no more unless I'm saying that. That's the deal.
We're gonna have to get that in ink so we can make sure that's how that happens.
I'm gonna trademark it, right? Because the people gonna want to say it. We're gonna start chanting it at stuff.
Okay, I got you.
5 years.
That is hilarious. What I would say right behind Teresa is I would say definitely as you're doing every job that you're doing, begin to write out the job description. And that begins to prepare you for delegation because sis, it should be soon. And in addition to that, when you delegate, because I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't say this, you would need more time. Excuse me. You would need more time to be able to market your business by speaking, right? So you got to free yourself up so you can get your signature speech together so that you can be speaking on these platforms, traveling to California and Mexico and wherever else. And you don't have time to be pulling out everything. You need to have your virtual assistant first, get that down. My designer is amazing. Get you a designer, get you a bookkeeper. That was a blessing. You know what I mean? Get you those solid things, get ready for that to delegate. But what the first thing they're going to need, especially if you have to train them, is a job description. And even if you don't have to train them, a clear understanding of what you expect, is in the job description in the role. Write them roles out. Okay. That's what I would say.
Y'all, for real, I really am in the snack closet. I mean, I'm ashamed. I know it was like a nice little background in the beginning, but it was crazy.
Don't be ashamed, friend. It's okay. I got lucky today because if my mama went home, they was gonna be here with me.
I'm over here like, okay, what's the good angle of the snack closet? But just could you repeat the question for me one more time? Because I know I really want to answer it.
What is one piece of advice that you would give solopreneurs who are just starting out? Like they woke up today and was like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. What would you tell them?
Oh yeah, okay. So I have this like this little thing. I like to tell people, like, you want to make sure, like, we all of us woke up with this, like, well, except you, Sierra, because I found out this was a college assignment. But I'm just kidding. Now we woke up, right, and we had this like idea. We knew we wanted to start something, right? We wanted to fix something. We wanted to make something better. And when we do that, we are only seeing like, okay, this is what I want to do right now. And we leave out this one big factor, which is the future. Where is it that we want to actually take our business? Where do we want to go with this? And so when we get the idea, we jump in, okay, I need my Instagram page. I need my products. I need this. And we miss so much in between. And so I tell people, don't just think about the now, think about the future. Think about where did you actually want your business to be? Like in 5-10 years, do we still want to be these solopreneurs in 5-10 years? You know what I mean? Or do we want to be able to hire employees and have, buildings and have that top floor office and employ other people? And so when we begin to know our vision, all right, in the beginning, then we can start to lay our path out clear. Because when we only are walking our path from what we see, okay, I just need an Instagram page, I just need the followers, but we have to take our business and begin to start working and walking towards the future. So that will help make our purpose more easier as we go throughout our journey. Because I know, like, now, I want to be able to have create your own empire, educational centers all around. And so what does that mean for me right now? That means, yes, I'm gonna have to use this platform to network with more people, to get out there, to go to these different cities. So it's no longer, okay, I'm just here to coach. I'm just showing up to coach. It's helping me stay focused, especially during the hard times, because business gets hard. We can all agree that. But, it helps keep your mind focused. I wish every business owner had to take like some type of business mindset course. Like right after you get your LLC, you got to take a mindset course. Like that should be like mandatory, because our minds will be the first thing that will eat our dreams away. And, the moment things get hard, the moment the sales aren't coming in, the moment the clients stop coming, you feel like your engagement is low. And now we're in this social world. We run these social businesses that everything is based off of a like, a comment, a share, our metrics and things like that. So it has just added a whole nother level to entrepreneurship. I've only been on Instagram for 2 years. Like I've been in business for 9, but only been on Instagram for 2 years. And so it's just like having the mindset of being able to keep your vision, clear, so that because you're going to see that we all can agree, right? We see people inside of our industries who are where we want to be and thriving and working. And we might be looking at other people like, damn, how they excelling? How they doing this? How they doing that? And we start to lose focus of where it is that we're going to end up at. So as you're starting out, just already know that, just come up with where it is your vision for your business, and begin to every day start to define what that end goal looks like. Because I got an end goal, you know what I mean? I got an end goal eventually, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to be, you know what I mean? Like every day in the business, I'm trying to be able to train other people and be able to get these places that are up and running, so that, you know what I mean? I don't have to continuously, do these, do all the hard work. So just keep your mindset focused and sharp, and continuously like write down, what it is that you want for your business, and do whatever it is to like sharpen your mental mindset. Find a life coach, find someone, because when you building your business, man, some things are going to come out. Look, when I took that course, I ain't never cried so much. I was crying every Tuesday. I was crying every Tuesday night. But it made me a sharper person. It made me be able to show up, right, and speak and have more confidence in myself. And it's all a mindset thing. So just work. Yeah, that mindset will take you a long way, because at the end of the day, there's not enough money, right, that can keep you going when you're not feeling it, when you don't want to get up and do it, when, it's more about this. It's not always about the money, you know what I mean? So I had to learn that, because when the money was coming, everything was good. When the money wasn't coming, I was like questioning everything I was doing. Am I even supposed to be doing this? Like, I'm wasting my time. Now I'm wasting money. So once you have to understand, it's more than the money inside of business.
Absolutely. Look, girl, I remember my time in there with here. That's why I told her, like, I don't want it, girl. I'm a whole thug out here in these streets. I'm out here in these streets, momming. You don't make me cry, okay? I'm an adult. I ain't want it. So, ma'am, my lazy millennial friend, I'm gonna get it together, because I'll be trying to have too many L's and too many N's. Okay.
Listen, I was misspelling millennial, my own business name. I was like, dang, there's a bunch of L's and N's in here, isn't it? But anyway, my tip for solopreneurs is what I tell people, because this is where I messed up at. When you start your business, figure out what service or product, whatever you want to do, what you want to be known for. So that is my advice. Like, if you sell other stuff, that's fine. Like, I have a whole bunch of services. Like, when people hear the lazy millennial, they see, oh, she does SOPs, but there's so much other things that I do that I don't really list out, because I want to be known for that one particular thing. So they know SOPs, and that they come to me like, oh yeah, oh, you do like this, oh, you have a whole other compartment to your business. But yeah, so the first thing, be like, if when you're starting out, you can kind of like play around, but at the end of the day, you want to be known for like one strong thing. Like, when people think about your business, like, oh, she does this, oh, she does booking, oh, she does that, oh, but like, so stick to one thing, because when we see y'all doing all these different businesses and all that stuff, it's just kind of like, dang, like, I know they say make sure you have multiple streams of income. Like, I know it's that thing people are telling people, but y'all, like, we got to make sure we're master one, and then moving on, or like create, like I have in my business, I have multiple streams inside my own business. So I'm not trying to start all these different businesses. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Have one thing you are known for. If you do other stuff, that is fine, but you have that one thing people think about your brand and know, like, off the bat what it is. And I'm mute because my son's right here.
She didn't got on here and said a whole word that you know, I'm a mute. Girl, look, listen. She done came in here and dropped us a whole gem. I can't. Y'all up here just showing up and showing out, but that's why I chose y'all. So I shouldn't even be surprised. But my piece of advice is to know your numbers. Oh, it's shocking. Stephanie does finance. Of course she would tell us to know our numbers. Absolutely. Because it's not just, is your business earning money? Because everybody can get paid, but is your business profitable? And then also, does it support your lifestyle? It's cute if your business is profitable, but if you only profit in $1, that's not enough to support your lifestyle. So you have to do something else. Is it raising your prices? Is it providing additional levels of service? Is it reducing how much money you're spending on the classes and the resources and the tools and the things you call systems? Because I know that just because we pick something that does all the things, that's not really a system. I learned that from the lazy millennial. She was not playing with me. She was coming for people's throats. Do you hear me? But really, know your numbers. Know exactly how much it costs to afford your lifestyle, know exactly how much it costs to run your business, and know exactly how much it costs for people to come into your space and work with you. Because if you undercharging people, you're not serving yourself or that person. Because you're going to realize that because you gave it to them for $97, they're going to show up and they're not going to be invested enough. They invested enough to get on your nerves. Okay? That's what they did. They invested enough to be like, I know we came in here to talk about this, but can I tell you about my cousin? I think my cousin could use you. Did your cousin sign up? Is your cousin in the room? No. So we need to stay focused on you. So again, know your numbers. Know all of the numbers. You should know all your numbers in your business like you know your phone number. Now, I'm not going to talk about myself too bad, but I don't know my phone number. I put it on a lot of stuff, but I don't know it because I don't call myself. But if I need to give it to somebody, I know where to find it. That's what's important. If you needed to give it to somebody, you know where to find it. I got to bring it back because, talk about myself too bad. So thank you so much, ladies, for your pieces of advice. And I hope the ladies who are watching have learned something, picked up those gems, put them in their pocket, going to take them to the house. So I want to know, before we get into the Q&A portion, what can the people expect from you guys in the Struggle to Streamline program? What do y'all, look, I'm going to ask this question. I got a question. And don't fight me because I know how you girls like to tussle, okay? So my question is, what are you bringing to the table in the Struggle to Streamline program? I know that people want to know because I said enough. Like, they know your titles and they know how you help solopreneurs. But like, what can people, what can they be looking for?
I'll go. Well, what I am planning on bringing to the table is definitely, I want people to understand business systems as a whole, because there's so much noise, as we call it, online, and people are saying, oh, systems, like, oh, it's the programs, like, if you get this system for your business, like, you can do this. Like, no, the system is just simply how you operate your business. And of course, I got to bring SOPs in there because you want to make sure those systems are documented, because this is what you're going to need for when you're hiring, whether you're planning to sell your business, all that stuff. Anything futuristic, you're going to need standard operating procedures, and you're going to have strong business systems. So that is what I'm going to be teaching. I'm going to be hammering into y'all heads the difference. So y'all know, y'all will not be getting confused. You will not be letting people try to tell you, make a certain amount of money, blah, blah, blah. No, it's simply what you want to do. But anyway, I'm gonna go on a rant. But anyway, y'all know business systems and standard operating procedures and how to document.
Thank you, darling. Who's next?
Sierra Shanae. So as a speaker brand strategist, what I will do is definitely teach you how to be the specialist of your message, become a specialized speaker, because there's a lot of speakers that are speaking, but speaking just for speaking's sake. You want to speak in order to build a brand for your business. And when you be able to when you're the specialist of your message, it's easier to create content. You'll have a signature speech that you'll be able to utilize to get in front of potential leads so that you get more clients. So making it easier, taking the opportunities to get on platforms and to show up with confidence. And like Stephanie said, not comparing yourself to anybody. So that can even say, like, you won't even have imposter syndrome because you know that you are the specialist of your message. Like nobody knows it better than you, and it's and it's deaf to imposter syndrome, and it's extremely unique to you. right? So there's no competition. There absolutely is not. Even if there's others that are similar that you can collaborate with, you still stand completely apart and you know your difference, right? So that's what I definitely love to teach, because it totally changes the game for your business when you show up as the specialist.
Ooh,
All of your body language is hilarious.
girl, y'all are, I'm telling you, I picked the right people.
I guess
muted herself, so I guess
she's
I'm gonna
muted.
go, right? She just ran away. She was like, I'm done talking. That's what she said. She said, y'all know what to do. You knew the assignment. Okay. I understand. I'm here. Okay. Tyrissa. All right. So as your transformation coach, I'm gonna help you change all that fear that's sitting there that you question, right? That's like, should I make? Nah, no, we're gonna set these goals. I'm gonna hold you accountable to them. So I'm gonna check you, okay? Because you're gonna be hurt a little bit. I'm gonna call you out. I am. I'm gonna ask the questions that you don't like to answer. And I'm gonna sit there and wait on the answer. That's just who I am. Look, and I'll be like, you want to revisit? Next. Okay. Okay, it's fine. I'll give you time. 10 minutes. Come back. We'll circle. All right. I'm gonna hold you accountable. That's just what we're gonna do. But guess what? You're gonna be the best woman that I already know that you are, right? It's already inside of you. Right? Because my 3 things are the will, the choice, and the power, right? So the will is you understanding that you can do it. The choice is you deciding, hey, it's your choice, right? You got a choice at the end of the day. And the power is you reminding yourself every day it's already inside you. So that's what I'm here for. All right. So, I'm gonna mute myself. Y'all see the girl, you see, because we just, this is about to be crazy. I'm excited.
Can I just say, I'm shouting in silence over here. Y'all can't hear me. But baby, come on, Shannon. Bring up the river.
Sorry. So I'm glad we on Facebook. At least we ain't on Instagram. Don't nobody know we on Facebook. So we was on Instagram, it'd be a problem. So I'm excited because by the time my session comes, I will be a fully accredited manifestation coach. So I'm looking forward to integrating manifestation with marketing by showing you how to manifest your next client, customer, looking at the people we are manifesting inside of our business. Just like, I love how Stephanie said, I picked the right people, girl. Honestly, it's you attracted, this is who you attracted to your people, attracted everybody who's involved with you. That's who we attract inside of our lives, inside of our business. So, we don't want people trying to, I use this a lot when I say, anybody can buy our programs or services, right? Anybody can do that. But we want to attract the right people who are going to come in and do the work, come in and share the reviews. We want to be able to make sure we are attracting. I've been met. I've been found out. We want to make sure that we are attracting. It doesn't matter. We just want to make sure we are attracting the right folk, right? And so one way we do that is by being very intuitive of who it is, how we're showing up, making sure that our messaging is clear, making sure that when we are showing up online, we are literally bringing the exact people, right? I want paying customers. I want people paying full. I don't want people who like to do the payment plan. I want people who are going to pay in full. How are we going to do that? Through our marketing. So I am very excited to come and teach that, because it's going to be like a brand new course for me. So I'm excited because you guys are going to be the first ones to try that out. So I'm excited.
Let me tell you something. Okay. Let me just say, I gotta hold my mute because I'm about to shout. Do you hear me? And let me go ahead and bring it full circle for y'all. Okay. So Tyrissa, she's gonna be in the beginning. She's gonna come in, she's gonna take your throat. Okay. She's going to ask you the questions. She's gonna help you become the person that you're gonna show up to be with Sierra, who's gonna show you how to tell the people who you are, right? She's gonna show you how to tell the people what you specialize in. And then Adriana gonna say, look, now you already know who you are. You know how to tell people, but now we need to document it because we're going to replace you, okay? You ain't going to be doing all these things all the time. right? And then Shannon said, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring the people in. We're going to show up the right way. We're going to say the right thing. We're going to achieve our goals. We're going to use the will. We're going to make the choice. And baby, and we're going to embody the power. Do you hear me? Wait, there's more. Then the queen going to be like, baby, get paid. That's what she's going to do. She's going to tell you how to get paid. She's going to tell you how to make sure you ain't working no job trying to fund your business, because baby, that ain't really how it works. Come on now. This is what we doing in Struggle to Streamline. This is how we do it. And I ain't even talking about the song. Y'all, listen. I'm super like, if I wasn't hyped before I got here, when I was getting up this morning, when I was getting dressed and fighting my kids, like, get back, little people. Okay, when I was hiding in my snack closet, when I was trying to run out the door without my son seeing me with his shoes on and no pants, talking about he going with me, baby, y'all done fired me up. Y'all done set the whole world on fire. Facebook ain't ready. Instagram, they like, we can't handle it. Sierra, you look, girl, you did this. You helped me become this. You showed me how to be this. So the personality got to show up, baby, because this is how I get paid. People choose me because of who I am and how I show up in this here space. And as the specialist of my message, who has been documenting her processes so that she can get somebody in this seat, honey, embodying my power to do those things, and also understanding that the way that I'm showing up is attracting those people to me, baby. This is how I know that these people need that. This is how I know that I don't have to be all of those things. Why? Because that ain't my specialty. Baby, I'm gonna do what I do best and I'm gonna delegate the rest. And I did that. And I delegated the right things. Because baby, I'm not gonna tell you how to go in there and use Trainual. Y'all can cancel Christmas on that. I'm not gonna tell you how to make them fly ass graphics on Canva. You're gonna have to talk to Shannon about that. I'm not gonna tell you that, no, maybe you should use this word. Maybe this is gonna be more effective. Are you really talking to Keisha when you say that? That's Sierra. Do you hear me? And then Tyrese just gonna be in the cut like, so are we circling back now? Are we making sure you're making the right decision so you can achieve these goals? Are we setting the right boundaries? Come on, go! Listen, like I feel like Kirk Franklin in his prime. Make me want to stomp. Can't handle it. So now, like, listen, I'm trying to break it down because I'm real hype and I'm in here by myself. I don't want nobody to call the law, be like, something happening over there. It's just me. It's just me. I'm by myself. But now we have the opportunity for the ladies in the room. If you have any questions, to put them in the comments or in the chat. So y'all, look, I'm hyped. I'm gonna have to take this sweater off because I'm super excited. I knew I had picked the right people because I was looking at the paper and the paper was like, this is it. Black Jesus was like, this is it. And then y'all showed up and was like, yeah, we in here. Okay. It's lit on a Saturday before 2:00. I cannot. Okay. So we here now. Woo, child. Woo. Okay, hold on. One of the ladies on Facebook. Hey, Brittany Boo. Woo. One of the ladies on Facebook, she says, even through the hard times, how do you stay motivated to continue on your entrepreneurship journey? So I would like to kind of remix the question, because 99.9% of the time when I show up and I'm not feeling it, I'm not motivated. What I am is determined. What I am is focused. So what I want to ask is, how do you stay determined and focused on your entrepreneurship journey? Because motivation, it's not, sometimes that it be at the house and you be in the office. Sometimes it be with your kids and you be out in these streets. Sometimes you be in Tennessee and they in South Carolina. But baby, I still got to show up and I still got to do my thing. So how is it that you stay focused and determined when times get tough on your entrepreneurship journey?
I'm gonna go first. I called it. So I would say it's keeping yourself accountable to your goals and remembering them and keeping them close, because a lot of times we forget them, right? Like we'll kind of stray away, not intentionally, like you'll kind of just stray down a path, and then like when it starts not going the way that you thought it was going to go, you're like, I'm a failure. But then when you go back and look at your goals, you're like, I wasn't even supposed to be doing that right now. That was I'm supposed to be working on that later. Like that's not even, so then you have to make sure that your goals, you're actually like keeping them close. You're like looking at them, you're paying attention to them. You're still on track with them, and then update yourself. Like that should be a journey, right? So if you're documenting that journey, you can see like where you were to where you are now, and then you're gonna stop heckling yourself to make it seem like you ain't doing that. So my piece.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that because one of the things that I do daily is to write a done list. I see I gotta calm down, y'all, because I can't lose my voice. Y'all know I start sounding like Steven when I ain't got no voice. But I write a done list. And in all of the chaos of being a parent and running a business and showing up in my other titles, because I'm a daughter, I'm a girlfriend, I'm all of these things. I use that done list to help me not heckle myself, as Tyrissa said, because it's so easy for us to lose sight of the things that we're supposed to do because we focus on comparing ourselves to the other people. Because I know it's a lady on the online right now. I love her content. I love where she is in her business as a mogul mama. I'm not there yet. So sometimes when I'm looking at her, it steals my joy. I'm not going to lie to you. But then when I go back and I look at my done list, I realize that I finished Struggle to Streamline. I realize that I have mogul mentors in my group. I realize that sis been getting paid, okay? Like, so my done list is my daily reminder that you got it. It's like, sis, you doing a good job. Sis, you doing a good job. Sis, you doing a good job. So, like Tyrissa said, review them goals. Come on, Shannon. Review those goals. Implement a done list is going to be super, super, super helpful on those days when you are down and out, when you don't see maybe the progress that you want to see. And I'm not going to wait for my turn because it's another tip. So go ahead.
Can I piggyback? So very similar to, is it Tyrissa or Terissa?
Tyrissa.
Tyrissa, okay, because I don't want to jack your name up. I'm sorry about that. So I want to piggyback off of Tyrissa. And like for me, it is, you do want to look at your goals. Because for me, what I do in business, my lifestyle is connected to it. The lifestyle I want to live, right? So that's a motivator, right? That truly is. Like, I know I like the lifestyle I want to live. Until I get that, and to maintain it, I have to show up, right? So you can get it, and then it could be gone just as quick as it came. I know, like, you know what I mean? So you want to maintain it, and you like, my lifestyle is what I deserve to live, like every day, and it's fulfilling. It's what brings me joy, right? And in addition to that, I tell a lot of people, you want to practice speaker self-talk, right? So you want to watch how you speak over yourself, right? And how people speak over you. You know, when people be like, have you guys ever saw that quote that says, or heard people say it to you, your little business, you know? And they say little things like that, and we probably let it go right all over our head, but it goes into our heart. It seeps in somewhere. You know what I mean? So we have to like speak and counteract it ourselves. You know what I mean? Because later you could be thinking, you know what? Yeah, this is my small business. You right. That's why my small business not making any money. You right. That's why my small business I can't hire. You know what I mean? And it's not right. It's just what they feel about it, and you just gonna prove them wrong by continuing to show up. Right. And to do what you're supposed to do because you're gifted at it and you can do the dang thing. Okay. So that's what I would say. But for us, it's important. Like it's so important how people speak over us and how we speak to ourselves. and then keeping in mind the lifestyle we want to live and continue to live is what I would say. Stephanie, you when you doing all of that, you make me want to help you host. So anyone else?
Thank you.
She's breathless right now. We're taking her breath away. Who wants to answer this question before she ask the other question that we saw in the chat? We saw your your questions, Anita.
Oh, okay. I'm done. I'm holding my mute now. Y'all just don't know. Like, I'm super proud is an understatement. Okay. That's we just gonna leave it at that. Okay, thank you. So Danita's asked, how do you find or choose support as you navigate solopreneurship? For example, recovering from mistakes and failures. So I'm gonna take the lead on this one, and feel free to join in after. So first and foremost, I ain't taking no more L's. Let me tell you something. I ain't lost nothing. Either I learned or I won. So in my eyes, I'm never failing. And even if you haven't got to that mindset yet, because it takes some time getting there, because I'm 34 and I just learned how to fail a couple years back. Okay. Like I learned how to fail when I was like 26, 27. Okay. Because your girl was achieving, she was winning. But in entrepreneurship, when you fail or you don't, what failure really is that you didn't achieve the result that you thought you should have achieved. And you thought you should achieve that thing because you saw somebody else do it for you, before you, but you're looking at your day one and they day 365. Or you're looking at your day one and their year 10. It can't, those things, they're not the same. So until you get to that level where you understand that you haven't lost, that you didn't fail, remember that failure that you're receiving is that you challenged yourself to do something new and you haven't mastered it yet. That's truly, truly, truly what this failure is. So I would like for you to take into consideration that you just didn't achieve the result you wanted. You haven't mastered that thing yet. You know how many launches I've put together and baby, they fail, flop, like a flip flop. You hear me? Smack, smack. You know how many times I had the Wealth Institute, baby, right before Struggle to Streamline, probably like a year ago, failed. But guess what I learned? I learned how to properly price. I learned how to delegate and have other people come in and do their thing. I learned how to show up and get people interested, because you can't make something and then not tell nobody. That it makes no sense, right? So I learned all of those things. And to really further answer your question is, normally the people that you need to help you through those challenges, they're already there. You just have to give them the opportunity to show up for you. Sometimes you have to challenge those relationships. Sometimes you have to present the opportunity for somebody to see you down and out and see how they're going to support you. See if they're going to ask the question, how can I help you? See if they're going to say, girl, I got you. You need $25 for your StreamYard. You need $17 for your Zoom. You need somebody to pay for your acuity. What do you need? How can I help you? And then we have to be accepting of their help, because sometimes the help that we need is not even what we even thinking about. Because when I was working with Sierra, I was like, girl, I need a job. I need a client. But Sierra said, baby, let me help you do these things. And we did those things and we're here now. When I met Tyrissa, and Tyrissa was like, girl, we got some stuff going on. I gotta get this together. I'm out here doing my thing, okay? And then she was like, but I don't got none of this other stuff going on. I got you, boo-boo. I can show you. I can show you what I know. And then we got other people that can come into the circle and share. So accept those people who are coming to you and genuinely asking you. And you'll know, your spirit gonna tell you, you have that level of discernment to know if somebody being nosy, or if they're there to really help. Because baby, people be on Instagram, Facebook gossiping like it ain't nobody's business, but you can tell, you will know. And the other thing is, you don't have to tell somebody that is you. You can tell somebody that, hey, I got a friend who's going through it. This is the challenges that she's facing. What would you tell her? Because I understand there's a certain level, and I'm going to say pride, because that's really what it is. There's a certain level of pride when you want to show up put together, but that does you no good. You got to show up and ask for their help and then be open to receiving it. That's my spiel, y'all. It's Sierra's turn now.
Okay, so what I would say is, as the CEO and the solopreneur of your company, right? What I would say is, remember that you are a leader. And one thing about leaders, especially when you think about workforce, they want a problem solver, right? So instead of, I would say, purify your perspective about yourself. So instead of looking at yourself as a failure, look at yourself as a problem solver. And that's when the question was asked, I was sitting here thinking about it. And like, sometimes you do beat yourself up, let's be honest, but then you build yourself up with the speaker self-talk, right? But we do, because we're just human. But realistically, like, I've looked at myself as a problem solver. You know, okay, we did have some problems. Things didn't go the way we wanted. So what do I do to fix it? Right. And I actually pride myself in being able to fix a problem. Like, I get excited. I used to get excited on a job. I get excited in my business when things didn't work and it worked. Like, you mean to tell me on a job, right? You mean this unruly customer was cursing you out, right? Then she talked to me and I got her so calm, gave her an extra discount, and she's saying she coming back next. You know what I mean? You guys remember that? I used to be so excited. Like, look at that. You know, Susie ain't sad no more. You know, she not mad no more. You know, and it's the same thing, especially in my own business. You know what I mean? Like, wow, like, I've had some failed launches, or, you know, I wasn't able to sell a product because maybe I wasn't able to communicate the value of it the way I needed to. And then so I revisited my messaging and then put it back out there. And I was like, oh my gosh, people understand. People know exactly why they need it. You know, people get exactly what I'm saying that I do, you know, so that is, be a problem solver, solve the problem, bring the solution. I know you guys probably hear that all the time when you first start, you know, jumping on stuff as a new entrepreneur. They always, you're the solution. Know what solution you bring to the table, but not just that one solution you bring to the table. You constantly have to give solutions to problems, because entrepreneurship is not easy. You know what I mean? So remember that, like, I am the solution, but I'm constantly going to be giving solutions to other problems that will arise. But I'm a problem solver and I solve them well. Okay. You are very welcome, Danita.
Yeah.
I was down to give a little.
Go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
I'm the transparent one. You know, I'm always put it out there. So earlier this year, I put out a quote that said, I said I failed. I never said I quit. Like, there's nothing wrong with failing. Like, there's going to be times where you going to mess up. Like, and I teach this too I coach basketball, right? So I'm a mindset coach for the basketball girls team. And I tell them, like, you going to lose. Like, loss is a real thing. Like, why are we out here walking around like people don't lose? Like, I think that's the craziest thing. Like, somebody's got to lose. It's all about how you take that loss. Like, what did you learn from that? Just like Stephanie said, like, what are you learning? Is it a loss and you just like, oh, you beat yourself up and then it's nothing? Like, I'm just beating myself up. I'm a failure. I'm a nobody. You know, is it that? Or, you know what? I messed up. What did I learn from it? These are the things I did great. I'm never doing that again. Sorry, I'm a real person. So Instagram is like, it comes out. Okay, it just happens. Sorry. But you gotta believe that, hey, this is just a moment. This is just one thing. Everything else that I've got going on didn't just stop because this one thing stopped working. And it doesn't mean that I'm just like a failure. Like, you got to keep going. So that was my add-on.
All right, ladies, we did have one of our other coaches come in a little bit late, and I'm checking to see if we are going to be able to give her opportunity to introduce herself and then give us,
Yes, ma'am.
ask her some questions. Hey, boo, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yay! Okay, so this is Miss Kawan,
Hold on, I'm gonna start.
and she is phenomenal, just like the rest of the ladies on the panel. And I want to give her opportunity to introduce herself, and then share with us what she will be bringing to the Struggle to Streamline program.
It's spinning. I'm trying to start video. It's just not letting me.
That's okay.
Y'all just can't see. It's spinning. And then it's gonna come through and be like mid-sentence and looking real crazy.
Right.
And the way this office look like, for real, I don't need to let nobody see, but yeah. Thank you guys. I'm sorry I'm late. I have a lot.
She went out just that quick. Oh no. Let me see if I can. We are having some technical difficulties, ladies. But that's all right. We'll see if she can come back in here in just a few minutes. Yeah, she's going to join back in a minute. So let's see if we have any questions from Facebook. So the ladies who are here that are not on the panel, you don't have to unmute, but we would like to hear from you guys as far as like your experience. You can put it in the chat and one of us can read it, or you can come in and you can say your piece, because we would love to hear from you guys. All right, so let's see what we got for questions, because I got some more questions. Excuse me. All right, so we just went through, we're still in the process of COVID, whole panorama, right? So what is something outside of like reduced sales and opportunities to network? What is a challenge that you faced? And how did you pivot or overcome it due to COVID?
I'll say my little piece. So COVID actually helped me realize I was building a business that I did not really want. And I just say that as that. I say it as like coming from like the standpoint, like where I'm at now versus where I was at last year. Like where I was at last year, I was going to be continuously working, and even though I wanted to expand and do all this stuff, I was still gonna have to be the one stuck in the middle because I wasn't understanding like again, systems. This is why I teach it now. Like I wasn't clearly understanding like the systems like I needed to have in place to actually like get out of being the middle person of my business doing everything and still having my team try and contact me for stuff, because like I wanted to be where I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be bothered. Like I want my business to run without me. Like I just want to do what I do. And then if I want to take a break like a month, I want to be able just to leave for a month and things still operate. And the lifestyle I was building was not allowing me to do that because I started to be the one in the middle. People were used to me. People knew my face. And like, even though like now the latest millennial, they know, like I still kind of like the face of it, but like they know I have people behind me and they know like I am transitioning out. Like I'm not going to be here forever. But I'll say COVID kind of like helped me understand one, like, okay, like I want to be able to have time with my family and friends. I can do that because I ended up getting real busy because I'm online based. And I had no, not outside business. I had no system for my home life. So I was just like working any and every time. I'm working on the weekends, even though since I have boundaries in place, I wasn't acknowledging that. And I was like, no. So I had to start from scratch, start over, and had to redo everything. So that was, COVID helped me realize like I needed to do something about my life, because I was like, I was working way too much and that's not what I wanted to do. And I'm done for right now. I'm done for now.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Anybody else going to answer or answer the question before we get with Ms. Kawan? All right, Ms. Kawan, the floor is yours, darling. First of all, your sweater is phenomenal.
I'm so sorry, y'all. Yeah, I just went to the phone. I was like, okay, it was spinning and then it just took me completely out. But anyway, hi, I'm so happy to at least have a few minutes with you all. Can you hear me? Okay, because that was also a problem. And now, yeah, anyway, I'm not gonna worry about what it looks like. I love you, Stephanie. Thank you so much for including me, asking me to be a part. And I promise I will work out all of my issues before all my tech stuff before my appointed time and hour. But I'm Kawan Fitch. I was Kawan Fitch Webster, so I have to remind myself not to stay that. I went on a nice long journey over the last 4 years of my marriage and came out of it. I am a personal development coach. I work with women and families in particular. I've been in the social service industry for, I say, over 20 years in one form or another. I started basically because I was told no, and I had to figure out a way to do some things. And that no led me to changing my major and doing all kinds of amazing things, working with a variety of populations. Currently, I'm the director of 2 transitional homes in the South Carolina area. I work with an amazing ministry that allows me to be me and do what I do. What do I bring to the world of entrepreneurship and the women that you all and who you serve and who I serve? My expertise in nonprofits. COVID, I don't know exactly what the question was, but it helped to shift some things for my business as well. I have a curriculum that I created as a way for me to continue to work with who God called me to work with. And I've morphed that curriculum into not just working directly with the participants of the program, which is called Journey Towards Purpose, but it's its own entity. And now I have the opportunity to work with people who want to serve and who want to serve better. Nothing like a teacher with no tools in her toolbox to serve who she's called to serve. So I offer a tool, and that's what my curriculum, Journey Towards Purpose, allows people to have. And working with those persons, and I can't say women anymore because I got some guys who are like, how can we be coaches? So, hey, if you want to serve, and I believe J2P is an opportunity to do that, I'm going to help you to do that. But I started, and it's so funny because when I started helping people with 501Cs and really working on their nonprofits and that kind of thing, I really did it. People started coming to me out of just my expertise and wanting, hey, can you help me with this? You know, my application got denied. I don't know what I did wrong, that kind of thing. And I started doing it. And then finally, the light went on and said, Chick, you could probably do this for real. And in the last 2 years, I've probably done at least 40 applications. So it's been an amazing opportunity to get in with helping people get their ground zero correct. And the opportunity to be a part of making your vision come to life. So I get to do that on a regular basis. I have some great clients who are not looking for a coach, but who are looking for a consultant. And I get to do those things for them. So I am, whether I'm connecting them with grant writers, I always tell people ask me all the time, do you do grants? No, I get my organizations grant ready. There's a whole lot that you need to do before you can apply for any money from anyone. And it's a hurting feeling to go to a situation where someone wants to give you some money and you're not eligible to receive it because you either don't have certain things that you need, or you just miss some steps in the process. I have lots of people here in South Carolina who will do the application through the Secretary of State and think that's all they need to do to be a nonprofit. And it's just, lots of different wonderful scenarios. So I'm really excited about helping the people who are struggling to streamline. And if nonprofits is an area that they are interested in doing, I certainly can help. One of the things that I'll be offering in 2022, and I was just looking at this because I'm a notary and I cannot figure out how to put this embosser together, but so I got my, I wanted to show you guys this because this is something that will be coming for new nonprofits, and you can be able to get your corporate kit for your nonprofit organization. And I also help people with bylaws and that kind of thing. And this is actually my new corporate seal for my company. And this corporate kit is not for my nonprofit, actually it's for my LLC, which we all should have for our business, where we keep all of our stuff, where we keep our minutes, our meeting notes, and all of our legal documents for our businesses. So I will be offering people an opportunity to put their kits together, but also get their nice plate on their binder and all of that, and get them an actual official embosser for their business, whether it be an LLC or nonprofit, so that you can make sure that your documents are, and I can notarize if you're in South Carolina, but our legal documents for your company, especially your bylaws. I had a client call me yesterday and was, he's looking to add some folks to his board. And, he had a question about his bylaws. I said, I didn't give you a copy of your bylaws. He was like, yeah, I'm sure you did. It's in my binder. And I was like, okay, no problem. But he's a consultant client, which means that I am on a monthly retainer. So if he calls me and asks me a question about his bylaws, I highlighted the area that he needed and I sent that over to him to make sure that he understood what it said, so that he can make sure that he's clear when he's reaching out for new board members and being able to articulate who his organization is and what they do. So any questions for me? I know I've rambled on and on and on. I am excited about getting to know you guys. I know one of the ladies, we did a little networking, kind of just back and forth. Hey, how you doing? What do you do? Which was great. I have gotten so bogged down. The holidays in homeless services is a lot because lots of people want to donate. So from September to, after Christmas, it's quite insane. I can see the floor of my office now, but you know what it's like, Stephanie. It gets real up in here. Yeah, so lots and stuff going on tonight. We got decorating. We got a group coming in to do decorating, and it's like, hey, we pulled all the stuff out. And she's like, no, we're bringing our own. We got more stuff. So I'm like, oh, so there's more stuff. I had 4 trees last year. So this is my life, but hey, I'm good. I'm here for it. And the devil keep trying to take me out, but I'm going. Yeah. Yeah, last week, this time about 9 o'clock last Saturday, I had another heart attack. So but I'm here. That part. We don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about that. Yes, come on. What you got?
Look, y'all, I wasn't gonna tell y'all about her heart attack, but I was talking about her earlier. That one of our ladies wasn't able to make it, and I was perfectly fine with it. But y'all, this woman has been driving me nuts since the day that I met her. Okay, she's been a part of that push and pull, that stretch that has got me to this place, showing up as the Queen Coin. And Kwan never ceases to amaze me, because this just casually sent me a message, was like, yeah, I'm all right, but I had a heart attack. What? What? we ain't gonna talk about a heart attack no more today, but probably tomorrow. But I will say that how Kawan came into this space is because as entrepreneurs, we also have sometimes passion projects. And those passion projects, they need a way to be fulfilled. I, for example, want to teach financial literacy for free, but baby, that's not profitable. So what do? You create a nonprofit portion of your business that will allow you to receive grants so that you can go out and do these things in your community. So I can still create the impact in the places that's needed most while I'm still serving these multi-million-dollar clients, okay? Because that's what we're here to do. We're all making an impact when we show up and we do our thing, but Kawan gives us that next layer, that next level, giving us the opportunity to be a founder in our very own nonprofit, so that we can then fulfill that passion part of our business. Yes, I'm very passionate about finance and I like to get paid, but at the same time, I know my ideal client's name is Keisha, so y'all gonna hear me talk about her. But I know that some of the Keishas that I need to love on, some of the Keishas that need me the most, are at the store right now trying to figure out if she's gonna buy Pampers or if she's gonna buy something to eat. And so I'm not trying to put an additional burden on her by asking her to give me thousands of dollars for her to sit in my chair for me to be able to talk to her one-on-one. But I am in a position so that I can go into her space and be able to show her without her having to worry about having to give me something. And that's how Kawan is going to help us in Struggle to Streamline. She's going to give us the inside edition of what it takes to become that founder, what it takes to be able to turn your passion into a nonprofit. And then she's going to make sure that we doing the right thing. Because like she said, just because you submitted the application to the Secretary of State, okay, people do that all the time. People start LLCs just like that, and they don't do all of the other stuff. Some people don't even know that you need articles of organization for an LLC. They just was like, I got an LLC now, I'm somebody, baby. Sorry, you didn't even do all the work. So I'm so glad that you're here. I wasn't expecting you because I figured you was gonna, let me know that you made it through all your mess this morning you was trying to figure out. But I'm so happy that you came in and you showed up for us. We appreciate you, boo.
I honor you. I appreciate you. I honor you, and I love the platform that you're creating for entrepreneurs. So I might be late, but I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show up. And then what Stephanie said is true. I think we all, especially as women, we need to have both. And there are lots of folks who start on the nonprofit side who only are focusing on the passion project and don't protect their intellectual property. My curriculum is mine under my LLC, and I actually created it when I was working in my nonprofit, working directly with women. So it does not belong to the nonprofit. And that is exactly you do not want to do. You want to make sure that when you're creating these curriculums, you're doing your books and all that stuff. And no, that belongs to you. Create a company for it to be used so that if you decide to leave that nonprofit, it goes with you and you can continue to sell and license it basically to your nonprofit or any nonprofit to be able to use. We don't just create it and then all these amazing programs that we create. Yes, it's yours. It's your property. It came from your brainchild. So just want to make sure that we understand that nonprofits need to have social enterprise. We need to have means of making money outside of grants. So whatever I can do, help you, definitely, for sure, whatever. All right.
Thank you. So we did have a question come in while we were listening to Ms. Kawan's introduction, and she says, I would like to know, how do you pivot people out of your life or your circle when they seem to be more detrimental, but not wanting to taint your business reputation? Anybody want to answer that question? I'll repeat it. I would like to know, how do you pivot people out of your life or out of your circle when they seem to be more detrimental, but not wanting to taint your business reputation?
Turn 40 or almost die. So you don't have that kind of time. and you very intentional with who you interact with and what you do. I have no tolerance, little tolerance for anything outside of what God has called me to do. I make space for intentional people and projects. I have children, I have grandchildren. I have those who God has called to me. Understand who your audience is, understand who's supposed to be. Pray before you get into, and I don't know if this is just a room full of believers or not, but this is what I do. Pray, when they come through, everybody's not my client. So, that intentionality is extremely important, but I know, I've had people walk into a room and I knew immediately, all right, Lord, thank you. I'll I knew who's mine. A girl walked into a business meeting with flip-flops on, and I saw her feet before I saw her face. And for about 2 years, she was mine. So, and also understand that people are seasonal. Everybody is not lifetime. So whatever piece of their journey that you needed to be a part of and your journey that they needed to be a part of, it's okay for that to end. And when you have to say, these are my favorite, I need to sever this relationship. This is where it needs to stop. This is where it needs to end. And people will understand that, or not. And that's either way, it's okay.
Anybody else? Tyrissa, I see you pop back up. What happened, Shannon? What's going on? You gonna chime in?
No. I was trying to come off of mute. Yeah, no.
Okay.
I thought that was a really, really, really good question. Because when we're starting out, right, we want to help everybody, like anybody who's willing to pay us. Like, because I remember, like, that was me, like, especially when I first started coaching, like, oh yeah, you gonna pay me? Sure. Yeah, I'll help you. And I found I was helping everybody, like people in industries. I mean, I'm like, I just remember. And what happens is when you begin to help somebody in their business, they really hold you to expectation. Like, then if you don't set your intentions and standards in the beginning, then what you find out is that you doing all their work. Like, some people just like really want to hire you to get you to like do their work, like come up with the ideas, do everything, all that stuff that's not in that job description that Sierra was talking about. Like, hold up now. And they think it's because they paid you, now you're obligated, right? So all money ain't good money. And honestly, what you have to understand, look, I've had to sever some ties, you know what I mean? That's why we do these pre-calls, right? We talk to the people before we actually decide if they're our clients or not. And we, follow those boundaries and rules. And hey, if it ain't good, hey, look, either you giving their money back or look, this ain't gonna work out. You know what I mean? You can't get your deposit back, but here's the rest, because I don't want it, because it's really not worth it. I most definitely, I just a few weeks ago, I turned down like close to $500 because the woman was saying like how she just did not want to do the work. She was like, girl, I just can't do this. I just want to hire you to do it all. And I was like, nope, girl, I can barely do it all myself. So I damn sure ain't finna about to do all of your stuff too. But I can show you how to do it, because, and this is another thing. I mean, when you consistently always have somebody else to do it for you, you waiting on that person, you know what I mean? You got to go back and forth in communication with that person. And so I just prefer, like, that's always my method. Like, I only work with people who are hungry enough to do the work after the session is done, because the session isn't the work, it's after the session. There's even here, right? So I always tell people, if you do not take action within 24 hours of you learning something, you're not going to go back and apply it. So if you take a coaching session, even when you leave this, right, if you don't apply something, write down something, do something in application of what you just learned today, then you practically like wasted your time, because you're going to go on about your day, and then Sunday is going to come, then Monday you got to go to work. So honestly, your reputation is not going to be destroyed because you're already going to have those boundaries set. You're going to have those rules in place. You know, you can give them a warning or two and say, look, we got off track or something ain't right. And if we can't get this together, then this is not going to work out. I don't know if you're a coach or not, but you can most definitely have that in your contract, you know, at any given moment, any given time, you know, if I feel like this relationship isn't going to work, then we're going to have to, you know, terminate it. This is what you get back. You know what I mean? So they already know when they sign that contract, because you're protecting yourself, then you know, you just have to make sure you have your plan in place. But I never suggest working with anybody who isn't giving you the right energy, who is demanding more of you or wants more of what was in that, you know what I mean? Wants more without you will, you know, really wanting to give it up. So don't ever trade, you know, peace for money or, you know, like, oh Lord, look, because I mean, anyway, all right, I could have used the money, but at the end of the day, it wasn't worth the headache. You know what I mean? It wasn't worth the everything that I already know. Y'all know, y'all be talking to some people, we be like, no, no, this ain't gonna work out. This ain't gonna work out. So yeah, you just have to have that in place now. And if it is someone, you know, you working with somebody right now, you just be like, look, we need to set some guidelines. Yeah, look, we probably should have did this in the beginning. So let's take some time to set some guidelines. This is what I need to make this effective and efficient to work for us. So I hope that was helpful.
Go ahead, Tyressa.
So my three, it's not a three, it's a three of something, right? I would say my advice would be to know what your three core values are. And whatever those are, if people in your circle don't line up with what your values are, then you already know what you need to do. So for me, my three values are mindset, transparency, and growth. So if you don't line up in some way, right? Because you don't got to be all three. Everybody's not going to be all three. But in some way, you got to be able to give me one. If I can't get one of them from you, we're not supposed to be doing this. And this is a waste of my time. My energy is taking up space. There's clearly somebody else that's supposed to be in this spot, right? Because I would be open to having somebody there if it wasn't supposed to be someone there. It's just not you. So I'm going to have to love you from a distance. I can cheer from you, but I'm going to cheer for you, for you over here. And you do what you do over there. So that's my bit.
The one thing that would kind of encompass all of these things that everybody shared is you have to do the thing. Like, so I keep hearing this sound on TikTok and on Instagram. It's like, do the thing. So if you're saying that you're a business finance coach and you're a wealth strategist, then baby, you should be focusing on business finance and you should be showing people how to build wealth through strategy, right? But if I'm continuously talking about being broke and I can't do and this, that, and the third, I have to show up as that thing. I have to prepare myself to go into that space because you're just not going to wake up one day and become that thing, right? So as you're preparing to go into that space and to show up as that specialist, these people are going to fall away anyway. Because the one thing they're going to tell you is like, you acting different. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I am. Because I'm a new thing. You hear me? Like I told people back, like way back in like 17, when I was really going through it with starting my divorce, I was like, for the people who know me, I want you to know that you knew me because now I'm a new me. Like literally, I became somebody different for the life that I wanted to live. I became somebody different because of the parent that I wanted to be. I became somebody different because of how I wanted to earn and provide for my babies. I became somebody different because I wanted to attract a different kind of person to be my partner in this life. So, sis, even if you met me last year, you might even run into a new person now because I'm growing daily. It's not just I grew up and now I'm done. You know, I started on Monday and now I'm done. No, this is going to be a lifelong project because people who know me now in my 30s, they may not even want to hang out with me in my 40s. And that's cool too, boo-boo. just as Kawan said, some people are seasonal. You can't take everybody. I get so frustrated sometimes when I think about all of the people who I wanted to come with me. All, like, if I had the ability to bring all of the people from my past life, from the old Stephanie's lifestyle to now, y'all, we wouldn't even be here. Why? Because there would be no summit. I probably would have never even thought to have all of y'all come into this space or invite people to come in and be a part of this project or this program. It's I can't even fathom it in my mind, because I know who I was and now I know who I am and I know who I want to be. So I can't go back. Those people will fall away. I've seen it happen time and time again. I was a friend with this girl for 6 years. And as soon as I started to prepare myself for that space, sis showed me who she was and she had to fall away. Like, girl, you got to go. And it was just that easy. Now, was my feelings hurt? Yes, because that was my friend. But at the same time, you get a different level of fulfillment when you really get to see and feel your fulfillment of walking in your purpose. Everybody be like, oh, I know I'm called to do this, but baby, are you doing the work? That you got the phone call, right? But are you doing the work? He was like, all right, so this is what I want you to do. Are you doing that thing? Are you putting away that old stuff? Some people not. They're just like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and that ain't how it works. So I'm hoping, Parker, that you got the answer that you needed, girl, and that the other ladies who have been listening, if you got some gems, okay. She says, I appreciate y'all. This is very helpful. The stuff that I know and I need to, but she needs to implement. So when I went to, where did I go? I went to Behold in, was July, Teresa? June, July, September, Jesus. God. Ah! Okay, we went in September. And it was an experience. And one of the things that I learned was the value of repetition. People can say stuff one time, you can hear it one time, and then like it just kind of like roll off your back. Like you just like, okay, cool. But when you continue to hear it, it's more of a confirmation. So when how long, Tyrus, have I known you? Like 6 months? Maybe, is it even close to a year? About 6 months? Okay, so about 6 months. And when I sat down and I decided about the summit, I was like, man, that's scary. Like, oh God, like all of these people, I'm asking them to come together and we're gonna go live on Facebook and we're gonna be on Zoom and we're gonna give people a gift for, participating, all of that. I was scared, like big scared. Like, what if they don't show up? What if nobody answers questions? What if I be looking like nothing and nobody on the internet? Okay. Cause y'all, I couldn't see because I couldn't find my glasses and my contact fell down the drain. This was not supposed to happen. It was all of these things, all these trials and tribulations. But what I hear in my mind is I can be scared and still get shit done. I hear her say that to me because she said it to me probably every day, multiple times a day since I've known her. She tells me to keep going. I see her with these dang on shirts on. I see her in her stories. I see her in pictures. And so I'm reminded to keep going. When I was worried about what I was going to say, I remember hearing Sierra and her showing me how to do a skeleton and how to sketch my signature speech and know how to lean into my personality and also remain professional, right? And then as I'm watching Shannon on the internet and showing how different ways I can show up and market, but all the while remembering that I need to document it. That's how this all came to be. I hear y'all. I'm so like, when I think about being lazy, I don't think about it in a negative connotation no more. Why? Because I see Adriana on the internet being a lazy millennial, but sis is getting things done. Do you hear me? Like, what? When I think about being salesy and really marketing my thing, I don't have to think about somebody And I say out of reach because I don't know Audrey Richmond, right? Like I met her. She's cool as a fan, right? But I don't know her. But I know Shannon. Me and Shannon been in a room crying ugly tears together. You hear me? Me and Shannon have connected and worked with Sierra together. So when I'm thinking about those marketing things and different tips and tools and tricks and things I can do in Canva and stuff like that, I'm thinking about Shannon. All of the different things she's sharing in her stories. I'm talking about all of the different material, her content. She's helping me. So that repetition, and I'm seeing over and over again. And like, don't even worry about Kawan, because she be getting in there too. She ain't pressuring me to get no nonprofit, but she's also showing me the benefits in different ways that it can be repurposed outside of just serving in my community. And just like she said about having social enterprise within my nonprofit, I'm trying to see what that'd be like, because I never would have thought. So it's that repetition, not just hearing it always, but seeing it sometimes is what you need sometimes to really, really burn your toast on both sides. It's going to aggravate you because you're like, they keep saying it. What does it all mean? What do I do? How can I take that next step? And how you can take that next step, what you can do so that you can get in the room with all of these phenomenal ladies is get in Struggle to Streamline. We're all doing something new in 2022. We're all going to show up and level up in our business in 2022. And baby, I've been planning since October 2021 for 2022. To me, the year started when I decided that I had to be and do something new in 2022. And that was in October. So now that we're here, now that we have reached this peak and you get to meet all of these phenomenal women, you get to hear from them. And there is a replay because it's on Facebook and I recorded it. It was a little bit late, but I recorded it. You know now part of what you will be getting. You know now how it can help you come full circle in your business. You know now how it can add a level of social enterprise to be a founder. You know now what it means to have the will, the choice, and the power, and also be scared and still get shit done. You know now what it means to be the lazy millennial. You know now what it means to show up as a specialist in the expert of your industry, show up as a specialist of your message. You also know now that there is a e-com marketing genius in the room who is showing us how to repurpose content and show up for the people in our way, in the way that they'll be able to receive it. We are the team. We are the people that are going to help you level up your dream. We are the people who are going to help you start it from the bottom. Okay, now you here. We want to help you take your business to the next level. We want to encourage you. We want to love on you. We want to ask you the tough questions so that you can grow in your business, because being an entrepreneur, it is not a cakewalk. It's cute, right? You get all dolled up, you get to be on the internet, get your pictures taken, set up sets in 30 minutes, because baby, I did that this morning. You hear me? You get to wear cool shirts and buttons, but nobody prepares you for that behind the scenes stuff. And that's what we want to do. That's how we want you to embark on 2022. Don't be scared. Don't be over here twiddling your thumbs like, well, I'm going to catch it next time, because baby, today's price ain't tomorrow's price. I learned that from the internet too. You hear me? That's repetition. I'm sick of it. But I know now what they mean. When you fully understand what they mean, it changes your whole perspective. So come on and join us in Struggle to Streamline. Talk to these ladies and ask them any questions you feel like you need to ask. Figure out what it is that you need to focus on in 2022 to take your business to the next level. So I want to give these ladies an opportunity to make one closing remark, and then we'll see y'all, in the Calm the Chaos challenge, because everybody got to get their behind the scenes life together. We got to block them churning out. Okay. We got to get a routine about our home life. We got to make sure that we are embodying our power. Y'all ain't ready. I hope y'all ready, but go ahead. First, who wants to go first?
Okay, since
You
I
take it
went
off my
first, I was going to say, since
Okay,
I
good.
went first, I can't seem to get off this thing fast enough, off the mute in the auto. But honestly, I am super excited for this opportunity. I just know that I wish I had this type of help when I started out, like all of my businesses, okay, like not just the first one, because every business is different, every journey is different. And what I have learned the most is that when you get connected with the right people, like literally, it will help you eliminate so much frustration, anxiety, time, all the things you can't get back, right? So if I could have just told myself years ago, invest. I remember when I was like, oh my, $97 for a book, for a course. Oh, what? Like, no, man, $47. You gotta be kidding me. Ain't nobody paying no $47 for a book. But now I'm like, almost, so honestly, like some courses or programs, if it's not a certain price, I'm like, nah. So it right, it all becomes with that mindset. And so understanding that you might see a price, but you have to realize the value that's coming behind it. Like literally, if I could have worked with somebody that would have helped me eliminate all my mistakes, right? Like help me eliminate, or at least show me how to turn the things I was doing wrong into positives. Man, you can't put a dollar value on that. And so right now, I remember when I hooked up with this lady over here, put she right here to me, right? I paid in full, like I was nervous because we get nervous about big investments, but it was the best 6 weeks, like still, all right, of this year. It helped me put me on my purpose and my journey, because I know, right, keeping in mind what I want to do for the future. If I want to be the face, and I gotta be able to speak, I gotta learn how to, get my speaking voice down, understand my story and things like that. So sometimes you really have to just trust yourself and invest in yourself. It's the best thing you can possibly do. So I encourage you to start your 2022 off on the right foot and do it. Just do it. Like, you're gonna feel scared, but do it. I'm telling you, when you invest big, you win big. I like that. I'm going to write that down. like Sierra say, I'm gonna have to make a note of that. When you invest big, you win big.
Yeah, I say take note of yourself and quote yourself.
Yes,
Go ahead, girl.
Yes, I don't have to quote myself on that one.
Thank you so much, Shannon. Who's next?
I'll go. My closing remarks would be, now I'm not gonna cuss no more, so I'm not gonna say it, but y'all already know what I was gonna say, right? Because I think I've said it a couple times, so we're all on the same page, right? But y'all know that, and also to keep going. But at the end of the day, if you don't make today the day, like, when is the day? When's it gonna come? At what point do we, start making excuses? When do we say yes? Like, if it's not today, when is the day? So make today that day. I don't see a reason not to. You got a bomb.com group of beautiful Black women in here that want to give you that push. So, it's what I got. It's what that's it.
That was a lot. That was good stuff.
Right,
Thank
good
you
stuff.
for all of it. Okay. What I would say really quickly, really short and simple, is to really keep in mind that prosperity is locked up in your mouth. Like, your prosperity is locked up in your mouth. So if you're like, hey, I want to make more money, I want to be prosperous, I want to be successful financially, right? You want to definitely be in struggle to streamline. You want to join us there, but you also want to begin to use your voice and transform it into profit. So if you've been speaking, but you haven't really been taking it seriously and really monetizing your message to the capacity that you should and you can, then you definitely want to join us in Struggle to Streamline, and let's begin to transition you into just that. Because again, your prosperity is locked up in your mouth.
Dang. I was trying to sit here and think of something witty, but I couldn't. The only thing I have to say is, honestly, just do it. Like I spent this year, like so many people think I just started the Lazy Millennial like back then. Like, no, I literally came out with this thing in April of this year. I spent money to get myself in places where I could show up. I showed up as an expert. I had to make investments. It was scary as hell. Put some stuff on my credit card. I didn't know if I would get the money back. I did, but not then and there sometimes, but I did. But anyway, just do what you need to do. Like if you know you want something, you know you want to like just, you know, this is it. Do whatever you need to do to get there. And I took the fast way because I'm lazy. So I had to pay to get to places, but here I am now. So I would love for y'all to join us in Streamline Struggle, but if you can't, it's cool. But definitely, we'll love to have y'all.
Look, you ain't got to be witty, boo. Be yourself. And that's all we ask. Ms. Kawan, you got any closing remarks for us, darling?
Oh, I'm excited about the journey, and I'm excited to be a part of the journey. I'm excited about making investments, not just being an investment for other folks, but for you ladies, to get to know you and all that you have to offer. I think that it's important for me, especially, to know what you do and to be able to do business with people I know and like and trust. So I'm excited about what I can offer to the participants, but I'm really, I'm a little biased in that I'm excited about being able to connect with all of you and see how I'll be able to work with you as well. So looking forward to it.
Woo, child. That's my sigh of relief, y'all. We did that. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I log off, I'm gonna shed a thug tear. Okay, my mascara is going to go. The makeup is gonna come up. You know, the little bit I did put on. So I want to thank y'all so much for coming in and doing the things that y'all do, making me shout. Okay, in this room by myself. Thank you, and for all of the support on camera and off camera. Because all of y'all did y'all thing with the encouraging words and let me know that y'all got me, that y'all gonna show up, answering the questions. So like, look, we did it, okay? We did it. Because it wasn't just me, it was me and Black Jesus and all of y'all. So look, thank y'all. Everybody who joined us on Facebook, thank you so much. There will be a replay on Facebook. And I do have a recording. And ladies, don't you fret. The people who did take the time to sign up, there is a gift for you. And I just thanking y'all from the bottom of my heart, okay? Because it's big right now. Like, it grew 2 sizes. So I'm holding my mule. But I will talk to y'all later because these are my Mogul mentors. I appreciate y'all so much. And I love y'all, and I'm super proud of y'all because y'all took that leap of faith. Y'all took a leap with faith, and y'all went out and y'all became solopreneurs, and y'all are doing the thing. Okay, so I love y'all. I will see y'all later. Thank y'all so much for joining us for the Mogul Mentor Summit. And if you haven't already, join us for Struggle to Streamline. Go ahead and put in your application. I gotta put the link in the comments. Tarissa, why are you waving your hands at me? I love you, but what do you want?
Because Shannon had like raised her hand and I think you missed it.
Oh, Shannon, you raised your hand, girl.
I was trying to help.
That's my bad. Can she hear me? Can she hear me? Shannon, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Did you raise your hand, girl?
No, I might have just been clapping.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Do the grand leave again.
No, because now I don't want to cry. I won't cry because you interrupted. It was just great.
Good.
Yeah. Go to bed, Tarissa. I put the link for Struggle to Streamline in the chat box. On Facebook, I put it in the comments so that everybody, whoever is interested, you can go ahead and submit your application. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, my inbox is always open. Send me a message, email, You'll have all the access to me, or you can ask one of my Mogul mentors, because they do have some special options for people who actually sign up with them or ask them about the application process. So thank you guys so much again. I love y'all. I'm proud of y'all. Y'all keep doing the things you do. Keep showing up as the experts. Keep embodying your power and exercising your will to do the things. Excuse me. I'll see y'all. Today's Saturday, right? I'll probably talk to y'all on Sunday because we got work to do. Thank y'all so much.